Consistency is not built overnight. It's not going to be. We are not that confident in ourselves or self-accepting or self-loving enough. If I was to choose between cardio and weights, always weights. I hope ladies are listening. Lift those weights. And you know, when you're growing up as a girl and your body's changing and things are happening to you, your hips are broadening, and then I was very hard on myself, and I used to let the starting and the stopping determine or speak about who I am and my character as a person. Fitness gives you the ability to trust yourself, because if you're able to do something at the gym, you tell yourself, if I was able to do that, I can use that same whatever.
Welcome everyone to the Shujaa Fitcast. My name is Kanyeki Kamawe and I am the founder of Shujaa Fitness. We are here today to have a conversation with a local fitness professional. And before I introduce who our guest is, I'd just like to tell you a bit about Shujaa Fitness and why we began the Shujaa Fitcast. It is mainly a mission to help you and teach you and inspire you with regards to fitness, all things fitness. It's a way we hope to spread this message that fitness is for everyone. We want to do that through exploring the business and everything to do with our guests' journeys through fitness. And ideally, we'll have that conversation with them and hopefully you'll learn something from them and the conversation that we'll have. I happen to also be the author of an ebook called The Basics to a Better Body. Comes with 2 free workout programs as well for those who are interested. And it's a way, again, in line with this podcast, to simply spread the message of fitness and giving you a simple start to your fitness journey, because fitness should not be that complicated. I think the message behind getting started doesn't have to give you anxiety. So that book is out there for you to help you. And this podcast is also here to help you in that same regard. I hope you enjoy it. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. So, without further ado, I shall introduce our guest for the day. Her name is Rachel Wamwere, aka Wamwere Fitness,
Wamwere Fitness
on Instagram. And thank you, first of all, for coming through. Rachel is an online fitness coach, and she is passionate about fitness. And she's an entrepreneur, and she has her own pages on Instagram. Her fitness page, like I said, Wamwere Fitness. There's Fit Living, Good Feeling.
Yes.
All right, FLGF coaching.
FLGF coaching,
right?
Yes. Yeah,
on Instagram as well. So check her out. Take us through your journey of fitness as we start this conversation. How did you begin your fitness journey and why?
So thank you so much, Kanyeki, for inviting me here. I feel very honored. Actually, the other day I told my friend, I'm going to record a podcast. And I was like, unajua mimi, don't treat me differently. I'm not a celebrity.
Today's price is not yesterday's price.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yeah, that's the one.
So I'm very excited. Thank you so much. It's an honor. So let's get into it. I love that you said that we want to encourage everyone to know that fitness is for everybody, because it is. Everyone who is alive and breathing and moving should be able to do things to care for their body. And I'm glad and I'm honored that maybe sharing my story could inspire 1 or 2 people or thousands.
By the way, subscribe, all that good stuff.
So my name is Rachel Wamwere. I am an online fitness coach, and I also do personal training in person. We'll get to the specifics of me and the business later, but as a person, before I even started it as being a fitness coach and a professional, it was something I chose to do myself for me. So when you've told me to take you back to where I started my journey. Really, it was in 2016, towards September, December, that period of time. The truth, however, is that my need for fitness started because of low self-esteem and low self-confidence, which started back in high school, I'd say. And when you're growing up as a girl and your body's changing and things are happening to you, your hips are broadening and yeah, small things like those, you become very conscious and you start noticing small things about yourself and your body changing. So I remember even in high school, I was in a school called Mary Hill Girls High School, and we'd go for cross country, I think twice a week. And I remember feeling one day that I've sat down and I can feel a roll here and a roll there. It's just as plain as that. Yeah. You sit down, you feel a roll, an extra roll here and there, and you're like, wow, I think I should take cross country seriously. So I'd run so much during cross country just to be able to shed off a bit of weight. Obviously, when you're in school and you're in a Kenyan high school, all factors are not held constant because then you're moving so much today, but the food you're eating is different tomorrow. So I did my best at the time I could to feel better about the body I was in high school. Small things like those ones. High school finished. And then now you're like, okay, I think I was doing an internship at the time at my auntie's company. So I needed to wake up early to go to work. But then by that time, I still felt like, oh, this is my chance. I can get a workout in early. So by that time, I used to live at my shushu's place. And we have a big compound at home. So just outside the garage, because it's pavemented, that's where I'd get a morning workout in. So I'd wake up early, like at 5. I go, I skip. Then I get ready for work, like from 6. I leave the house maybe at 7 or something of the sort. So that's how my workout started, kitambo, like that. Now that was even before campus. When I entered campus, I tried running, then you fall off. And then I met friends I had this friend who is a rugby player, and he was telling me, hey Rach, let's go to the pitch. Pale, this Riru Hakairo. Yeah, rugby guy, you can imagine. Hey, bana, he takes me for squats, running, crunches, lunges. He did me good in terms of pushing me, motivating me. It was really, really good, but I'd get so exhausted. And still, I didn't know what exactly I was doing for the kind of results that I wanted. So eventually I joined a gym. This was in 2017. KU gym. But then they opened the gym, then they closed it for renovations. But that year, the start of 2017, was when I was very serious about changing. I was just tired about how I looked, and I remember feeling very sad. Yeah. And I usually say, and I believe that the point where change happens is when you reach the end of yourself and up. When you're just fed up. And I remember feeling fed up, but also wanting to feel different. Like this fed up and also being very hopeful for how else things can be for you. Yeah. And then by that time is also when I was watching so many people on Instagram, in the UK mostly. So there's this girl called, there were two, Grace Fit UK at the time and Busy Bee Carries at the time. So they had bodies like this, tiny waists, big butts, and I was like, way. So right now, Grace Fit UK is called Grace Beverly on Instagram, and Busy Bee Carries she was called Busy Bee Fitness. I think now it's Busy Bee Carries. But then they used to inspire me a lot, so I'd follow their workouts. I'd do everything that they were doing to get the body like that. So when the gyms opened up, I was training really hard. So my wanting to change my body started from not feeling that comfortable joining the gym. So since 2017, my goals were first to lose weight, and I lost a lot of weight. I built muscle. Then in 2018, I realized, muscle looks good. Muscle is what builds a big bum, builds a nice back, because then everything needs to be the whole frame. So in 2018, my goal was to build more muscle. 2019, I built a bit more muscle, but I also noticed when you get more muscle, you become bigger. Like generally, you're a bigger person, you're a bigger girl. And that also reduced my self-confidence. Just a bit. Yeah. So I had to deal with, trying to lose weight now that I've gained the weight. In 2020, it was like a bit of gaining weight and losing weight. So the whole journey has been improving myself, improving my confidence. And I've just learned... I've ridden the waves of gaining weight, losing weight, trying to maintain. Yeah. That's how it's been up to this point. The main thing was to gain my confidence and to be able to trust myself. I'll say that fitness gives you the ability to trust yourself, because if you're able to do something at the gym, you tell yourself, if I was able to do that, I can use that same whatever.
What was the first thing that worked gave you that sense of like, oh, I'm on the right track for the first time?
It will sound very vain.
I mean, that's
building a butt.
Okay, it was the butt. Okay.
Because it was. I didn't notice it myself. And don't go on
best.
Instagram
That's
going at it to look maybe at it. Kwani nakaa. No, it's very normal. However, it's the ability to change how you look. It's the ability to build something different.
Yeah.
I was like, and then, the validation from people. Oh my God, you look good. Oh my God, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Can I do it with you next time? Can I join with you? And can I join you when you go to the gym? Small things like that. And not only my bum, but then also your back. You grow muscle, you change. Also becoming stronger.
Yeah.
Like strength, like lifting more weights. I'll always remember the day that I deadlifted 100 kgs and the day that I squatted 100 kgs. The feeling of being strong, being a strong woman is amazing.
You slap those 2 plates like...
Bana, when you do the 25s, you're holding there. It's hard to... then you lift them.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling. Strength is a good feeling.
It is.
Yeah.
I feel like you've touched on so many things that I relate to as well with my own journey.
Yeah.
The high school thing, the running. First of all,
nice.
Kenyans, we run in high school. Like high school, fitness is running.
Fitness is running. Hakuna kitu ingine.
Yeah. And then I feel like the self-esteem side is also really important to talk about, because I myself, it was the same thing. High school, primary, I was a chubby kid in primary. High school, I became a skinny kid. So I was like, why am I always on one extreme or the other?
The spectrum.
Yeah, the self-esteem thing kicks in. But then your solution is running. So, and then it doesn't really give you what you think you're
going to get.
And the
solution is running because that's all we know.
We know it.
The lack of information.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a huge reason that causes you to put in effort, but a knowing effort. And then the effort does not lead you to the result that you expected. But definitely the kind of action you took would never lead you to the expected result. But then it's because of the lack of knowledge to execute the right thing. Yeah.
So, speaking about that, maybe I'm going ahead, but the lack of knowledge. So at what point did you seek out the right knowledge, and what helped you get that right knowledge? Okay.
So let's go back to 2017. I'm still in campus. I think I was in my 3rd year or something. And the gym has been opened back in KU, and I want to go and I want to train, because all these girls on Instagram in the UK and the US and everywhere are just saying, you need to lift weights. You need to lift weights. Okay. How do I lift these weights? If I tell you that I was watching fitness vlogs day in, day out, for a year at least, you might not believe me.
No, I did the same.
Yeah, you did the same.
Yeah, literally.
The whole of 2017 was filled with watching fitness videos and eating videos and fitness videos.
Day of eating. You're watching a guy
day of
eating.
eating. Oh my God. You know what I miss? I miss how much those videos would excite me at that time, because then these days they don't excite me as much.
Literally, I would come home from uni, like after, and then I've worked out maybe or whatever. I've just come home and I'm eating my dinner and I'm watching a day of eating of some other person.
Literally, and the amount of tangible information that gave me. So I'll be very honest. The people I watched again was Grace Beverly. I watched Jeff Nippard a lot. That guy, I watched Stephanie Buttermore.
I don't know.
That's his current fiance.
Okay.
And then I watched the same Busy Bee girl, Caris. And I watched, who else? Chrissy Chella.
These are all UK-based people.
I think I had a problem. But then Jeff Nippard is from, I think, Canada or something. One of the two, So, especially Jeff Nippard really gave me a lot of amazing information, because he's very science backed. He gives an analysis of studies that have happened. I know also, I'm also a very, I want to know things and know the right things. Ndio nisiende kujaibisha. Because someone who does their research, you want to learn as much from them as possible.
It makes sense.
That helped.
That's awesome. Again, I relate so much to that, because again, YouTube University, shout out to you, because you have literally lifted a lot of us out of so much. So the other thing would be challenges. So what kind of challenges did you encounter? So you're getting excited about fitness, you're
Yeah.
learning more. Maybe you grew a butt at some point, but then it reaches a point where you're like, okay, what I'm doing isn't working.
Yeah.
What was that point, and how did you come out of it?
So the kind of challenges I was experiencing, one was my body changing, some parts changing, but then others not changing how I wanted to. So like when you grow muscle, you become a bigger person generally for the most part because you're gaining weight. So yes, maybe your thighs grow, your ass grows, your hamstring grows, but then also you'll feel like, oh, my waistline has also increased by an inch or two. So that used to put a big downer in my self-esteem. But it's because I didn't know it's normal that these are the things that happen.
Growing,
and if you wanted it to happen at a slower rate, then there are other mitigating factors that you would put in to help with that. So the lack of information on why my body was changing the way it was changing would really lower my self-confidence in what I was doing. Not in myself, but then the trust in whatever I was doing.
But you're on the right track.
But I was on the right track. It's just knowing. That's why I think a trainer or a professional is important because when a change happens, they've lived through it or they know about it.
Through,
so they'll be like, oh no, don't worry. This is very normal. The other thing was the discipline. I didn't have, it was a habit I was trying to pick up and I didn't have the discipline for it and the consistency. So it can sound like a journey that I was like, oh, Rachel just started working out,
just
and it worked. Hey. I really struggled with consistency.
Okay.
I'll be very honest, like it was in 2016 or it was 2017, one of the two. It was in 2016 for the most part.
Yeah.
And I had been trying to work out at home. I start, I stop, I fail. And then I was very hard on myself and I used to let the starting and the stopping determine or speak about who I am and my character as a person. So there was this time I remember telling myself, Shiko, because I call myself Shiko, I'm Wanjiko.
Okay.
Ukikosa kuendeleza hii kitu, again, if we start and stop, but then we won't do this starting and stopping thing. If you don't continue till the end, I'm not going to do it again. You're not worth repeating again. However, consistency is not built overnight. It's not going to be built I'll say it even won't be built in 1 year all of a sudden. It's possible.
Beat it into yourself.
And you can't beat it into yourself. Yeah. You can build consistency even in a few weeks and a few months. However, your circumstances are different. Allow yourself the grace to fail and to get back on it without judging yourself. So I judged myself a bit too harshly, trying to build consistency. And when I failed or fell off the wagon, I allowed it to mean something about me and who I am as a person. Well, now if I have stopped for 2 months, fine. It's fine. And it's really fine. That doesn't mean I'm not going to get back.
And also I will say, at the point you're at, because you've been working out for years now, right?
Yeah.
Your body isn't just going to deteriorate. You've built a good enough foundation to be able to take that break and jump right back in. And then it's easier to jump right back in than it was before, when you started.
Yeah. And the reason why it's just easier now is the mindset. I'd like the people who are listening to me and are beginners to be easier on yourself. And I'm not telling you be too lenient on yourself. Is allow yourself the grace of not letting everything that you do or do not do to speak into your character or who you believe yourself to be, because then that will affect your ability to execute. Because then if you say, I'm not a consistent person, I'm a person who starts and stops, mimi siwezi fanya past 3 weeks, for sure by week 2.5 you might have the energy, but then you'll be like, one day you're tired and you'll prove yourself right and you'll not want to do it, and you won't go past that 3-week mark because that's who you believe yourself to be. That's amazing. I feel like so I recently did a video on my IG that was talking about consistency, and like you literally said the same, almost the same things I was saying, because like that's exactly how it is. First of all, the fact that it's one of your first battles when you're getting into fitness, that's the first thing. It's not trying to eat less or I don't know what. The consistency is the hardest part. And then I like what you said about managing that consistency and the mindset, because it's not something that it's first you don't build it overnight, and then also the fact that what it takes to be consistent is that grace with yourself and understanding that
you're allowed to fall off for whatever amount of time you fall off, but the trick is getting back on. I really like that.
Yeah.
The other thing that's come out from your story that I feel like you as a lady need to like clear up right now is you are into lifting. And you clearly, because you started gaining weight, it affected you. And I feel like that's a thing a lot of girls probably go through. And also maybe that's something that stops them from lifting weights. But what would you say about women and lifting weights?
Okay. Yeah. When you're lifting weights, you don't, even when I say I gained weight, I didn't just gain weight I blew up and had muscles like yours, Kanye. It's just you just feel a bit puffier, but because I didn't control how much I was eating or my other activity level in terms of cardio. So lifting weights is not the problem. Actually, lift more weights. Always lift more. Like right now, if I was to choose between cardio and weights, always weights. I hope ladies are listening. Lift those weights. Lifting weights is what will give you the body you are looking for. The reason why you tend to feel bulkier or look bulkier is because your eating was uncontrolled and your movement patterns outside your workouts were non-existent. So hopefully I didn't scare people at the start. No, it's not a matter of...
That was your experience.
That was my experience at that time. And now I know that lifting weights helps you burn more calories in terms of energy in terms of calories at rest. The amount of intensity and execution required to lift those weights, burn more calories even in that moment. You grow muscle, which increases your metabolism, which keeps you leaner. The endorphins you get while working out from lifting weights, crazy. You just feel so good about yourself.
There's no better feeling.
So don't feel as though lifting weights will make you bulky. It's when your eating patterns are not controlled, and your movement patterns. When I talk about movements, I'm meaning cardio or just general moving around, just like tracking your steps to be able to ensure that you're not just sitting outside the 1 or 2 hours that you're getting your workout in. Your body will be sculpted by lifting weights. And then when you grow muscle, it does not look like quote unquote imestunya while at rest.
You actually have to flex.
You have to flex. You have to be but then looking like a man is really hard.
It's difficult.
It's so hard.
That's the other thing I wanted you to emphasize is the fact that, you know, someone might say, I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to look like a bodybuilder.
I've been trying.
By the way, please go ahead and try, because it's not that easy. Building muscle really is difficult. And most people won't get to that level of muscle density to be able for it to show, or the level of kneeliness for it to show. So don't be afraid that when you lift weights, you're going to look like a man. It will take a lot more than just lifting 5 kilos for dumbbell curls, and it will take a lot more than even lifting 100 kgs for... Even me as a man, I've been trying to look like a bodybuilder, and it's not that easy.
But then the benefits of lifting weights as you are, just like as a habit, as a lifestyle. The
benefits are so wide. I mean, there's... Aside from looking good and building muscle, there's your joint health, your bone health, there's your flexibility. People think that the more muscle you have, the less flexible you are. That's a lie, because lifting weights correctly can help you with your flexibility. Your appetite gets better. Like
you're able to eat more. Can you talk about how you're able to eat more?
Yeah, please do.
Because
it's so much fun.
You'll be able to eat more and... People will ask you, "Wo unakula sana na hunoni?" The answer is lifting weights. As in, the other thing that you said about taking a break off lifting weights and your body composition does not change as much. It's because you lifted weights. When you lift weights, you won't walk around like unastunya, but then like your ability to look compact and stay at maintenance or at a certain maintenance for a longer time is more. That ability is more. However, if you're not lifting weights, you have less muscle and your metabolism is lower or slower. So like whichever food extra you eat has a higher tendency to be converted into fat than a person who is lifting and has muscle, because then any extra food they eat will be converted into energy for a period of time. Not
Yeah.
unless not even them they stop training for that longer.
Yeah.
But then also even then, your ability to get more fat cells in your body won't be as high as if you are not lifting weights. So lifting weights is the key.
And you have had it here
Yeah.
first. Have you ever tried shopping for fitness equipment? If the answer is yes, I'm pretty sure you know just how expensive that can be. And so at Shujaa Fitness, we do offer locally made, very affordable and durable fitness equipment. So just hit us up on Instagram at Shujaa_fitness, and we have our catalog and the link in the bio. For those who are in Nairobi and you want to have your own home setup for an affordable price, please let us know, reach out to us. We have a range of things from dumbbells to suspension trainers to benches. It's affordable and you won't break the bank trying to stay fit while you're at home. Hit us up, let us know what your needs are, and we'll make it work. So that's amazing. Thank you for that breakdown. That's so cool about your journey too. So looking at what you do online, basically, I see that you have a lot of body weight stuff. Now that we've talked about weights, I see you do a lot of body weight exercises on your socials.
Yes, I do.
You do a lot of tutorials.
Yes.
Is there a reason you highlight that a lot, and why? Yeah.
Yes, there is a reason. So my main agenda is for fitness to be accessible. Yeah. Accessible and convenient, and I don't want any excuse. So you see, like the videos I put out, the main thing is I used to call them start with 10 videos. And start with 10 means start with 10 minutes.
Okay.
That's why it's 3 exercises. Typically, I'd want you to do those 3 exercises for 45 seconds on, 15 seconds rest.
Okay.
So for 3 times. That means minute 1, 2, 3 is the first 3 exercises. Maybe it was push-ups, squats, lunges.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Then 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Push-ups, squats, lunges. Then 6, 7, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Push-ups, squats, and lunges again, right?
Yeah.
So for the last one, which will be minute 10, right? On minute 10, I'd like someone to do 45 seconds of the exercise that they enjoyed the most within the 3, or they found the most challenging, or just pick one of the 3 to do.
Like a finisher.
So a finisher or an exercise that you enjoyed. Mostly it's exercise that you enjoyed or you feel like you want to challenge yourself with, because with fitness, it's a physical thing, but it's not like we're struggling all the time. We're not crying, we're not dying. The 3 exercises, of the 3, there is something that you like doing, or you've enjoyed doing, or you're curious about how you can improve, or there's something that you want to challenge yourself to do. The reason I put home workouts is because they are doable for everyone. You don't have to say, I need to go to the gym to do them, and you can't say that you need a lot of time to do. It's something I want to encourage people to start doing. Moving your body. Anyone with a body should be moving their body. Anyone with their body should be taking care of a body. So the home workouts that I'm doing are to show you a starting point of what exactly to do and how to do it and for how long to do it. And it's something to help you build the habit or make it a lifestyle. So that's why I put up the body weight workouts. Much as you hear I'm talking about lifting weights, which is what I generally do. But when I started with the body weight workouts. When I started, I didn't have any equipment, and those ones are the best times.
When you think back to like those humble beginnings, like for me, the first experiences were doing push-ups in high school in my bedroom, and I'd be like, I'll do this many push-ups every day. My workout program was push-ups. That's it. It's like I'll do 30, then tomorrow I'll try to do 40 or whatever. And it's like you think back to those times and you're like, what? Like that was, and then now you do 30 push-ups, you're like, that was like my whole thing. That was your whole thing. But then remember the amount of joy, the habit and the consistency that we were building. Because without that, I wouldn't have learned the fact that consistency pays, and like just learning that you can fit something into your day. I'll say that again. You can fit something in your day. You just need to be very intentional about it. With my clients, we really talk about routine, or I really emphasize about routine. You can't say at the start of the week,
I want to work out 3 times in a week. Where? What are you working out? At what point? You have to be very, very intentional. Yes, you can fit something every day, but you have to be very intentional. I want to fit in 3 body weight workouts that will be 30, even 30 is a lot. Let's start with beginner, 10 to 15 minutes. When? On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. At what time? It will be at 8 p.m. after work when I come home from work. You know, you have to be very specific. Set yourself up for success in your mind to ensure that it gets done.
Yeah.
So primarily, to encourage more people to work out is the reason why I put up the body weight at home exercises. And for sure, if you're a person who is not moving right now, who does not work out, any sort of movement, as you can tell them, will have results.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because our body is used to a state of homeostasis. But then when we push it outside our comfort zone at any point, whether if you're walking like 2,000 steps a day and you start doing 2.5, an inch will fall off somewhere. It could be on your neck, but so if you're not working out and you want to start with 10-minute workouts, start.
Newbie gains are real. So, you know, like your first year of working out, even if you're really bad at it, you will get a lot more results than I probably get at the moment with all my knowledge and trying hard.
Exactly.
But of course, having guidance would be the ideal situation, because then you get those results in the right way and you have the right habits for the long term.
With less injury, more accountability.
Amen.
It's always
for sure. Another thing I saw through the work you do is that you emphasize flexible nutrition.
Yes.
We know nutrition is huge when it comes to fitness.
Yes.
What does that mean? What does flexible nutrition mean? Why is that something you emphasize?
Flexible nutrition is very important. I'll say for me first, because everything that I'm teaching my clients or preaching about is something that I'm experiencing myself, is because I like vegetables, I like my broccoli, but I also like my cake and my glass of wine. And we're not compromising on either. And I also want to grow muscle. So it's like asking myself, how do I eat the cake and have it literally? So when you're looking at flexible dieting, is I want to maintain some sort of leanness, or you don't want to be overweight, but you want to grow muscle, meaning you need to eat a substantial amount of food. I want to eat healthy and nourish my body, meaning I want to eat my veggies and my fiber and everything. But I also want to have some sugar. As much as sugar is bad, honestly, I'll want a chocolate here and there and a beer on Saturday. A white cup. Balozi. No, not drinking Balozi. So I say this all the time. You get to define what fitness means to you. And I'm assuming you're saying this with wanting the very best for yourself. So for me, that looks like I eat protein every day, and it's a big priority. I have to be eating my protein. I eat veggies because it's essential for me to feel good about myself, and I eat my fiber because I want everything to move the way it's supposed to go. And I want to have a high metabolism because I want to eat foods that have a high thermic effect, so that even when I'm not working out, my food is working for me to increase my metabolism. But then over the weekend, when I go out with my friends and you said, Suji, we're going where? I don't want to stress at it. These are cheapos. I can't eat cheapos. No. You want to be able to live a balanced life where you are very intentional with what you eat, that is nourishing your body, that is also helping you achieve the goals that you set for yourself. Nourishing your body, we're talking about your health, your ability to be optimal, functioning optimally. You're reaching your goals, we mean your ability, in my opinion. I want to lift a lot in the gym. I want to be strong in the gym, and I want, with that strength that I've lifted, the muscle to grow. So I'm going to eat my carbs and my protein and my fat, also for my hormonal health, so the muscle can grow. So everything has a purpose. So I'll do my carbs to give me strength for my workout and for my day, because I move around a lot. I'll eat my protein to get the gains of the work that I've been doing at the gym. I'll eat my healthy fats to maintain a good stance with my hormones, because I'm a woman and all these things really, really matter. I'll eat my veggies and my fiber to increase the thermic effect of food, to ensure that my metabolism is at a high even when I'm not working out, just to supplement. We all want a good metabolism. However, I want to also enjoy a plate of fries guilt-free. I want to sit down at the end of the night on a Friday and have my glass of wine and wind down without thinking, oh my God, this is going to spoil my gains, because life is about balance and must be enjoyed. And there's sometimes extremities are a must. Maybe you're being diagnosed that you're pre-diabetic and you need to restructure your lifestyle in a way that will have you take care of your health and run away from the diabetes. So you might need to stop cold turkey with all the extra sugars and all the extra treats that you're having that you should not be having. But then you also could be in a bodybuilding competition and you need to work extra hard to be able to win, because in this moment, winning is very, very important to you. So the extremities are important, but then, as I said, we need to define what fitness means to you, how you want to live your lifestyle, what is what you need to do, and also what is a non-negotiable. But I say all this because we could also say what fitness means to me is eating 5 loaves of bread in a day. The main thing is you're allowed to determine what fitness means to you, but I'm assuming that you have your own best interest at heart. So that's how flexible dieting, that's how I look at flexible dieting for me in my life. And I encourage my clients to look at it in the same way, because then there's less guilt and anxiety around food.
I like that, because I think that's something fitness people live, but maybe they don't broadcast as much, because we all want to show that we're eating broccoli and rice and boiled chicken only, because it looks good, because you look more disciplined. But that's real life. Real life is, it's Christmas, I will be with my family, there will be cake, there will be soda, there will be meat, a lot of nyama choma, like there'll be things I enjoy and I want to enjoy them.
You want to enjoy them.
Yeah, so I think that's really helpful. The other thing is, speaking about your clients, you work primarily with women. Is that was that a conscious choice, or how did that end up being the case?
I work primarily with women. It's a conscious choice. It's very intentional, but mostly because it's easier for me to train women, because I already know what struggles they're going through, because I've been through that. And I'm able to relate with them in a way that has a lot of empathy and a lot of grace. But I also know I can push you, because we are strong. It's just that sometimes we don't tap into that strength. And it's I also like seeing women progress. It's not like I don't like seeing men progress as well. Everyone should progress. I just have a bias to training women and helping them embrace the space of working out and lifting weights and taking care of their bodies. Something that has been seen as something that men can do in terms of lifting weights. And also something that has been seen only for specific women, So trying to help them go through the path that I've gone through. So it's intentional.
What are some of those common struggles that you find a lot of women go through that maybe someone listening could relate to and figure out a way out? Like some of the struggles a lot of your clients come to you with, the most common ones.
People come to me with lack of knowledge, lack of consistency, but then the underlying issues that we are having is comparison.
Hey, Wamwere Fitness on Instagram. Hey, that was a bar.
Yeah, really. And when I say they come to me like that, hey, even me, I've had my own struggle.
Every day on social media.
My goodness. Yeah. It was hard. It was hard. It was hard even being honest with yourself at it. That's Mimi kama me. Sometimes you are so highly Mimi,
I don't care about anyone.
I don't where. You actually care. You actually care so much, and now you're feeling bad that you're not like another person. Yet, if we're being honest, if you look at their lives also, it's not like you really want to be like them. We are not that confident in ourselves, or self-accepting or self-loving enough to mind our own journey. Women, we are really comparing ourselves with other women, and the other problem with comparison is that you tend to jump from one thing to another to another to another. Mary anafanya hii, Mary is running, so let me run. I can see she lost weight. She didn't tell you she had work she was doing last week. She didn't eat the whole week. No wonder she's lost a few kilos. Or then you see Susan is cycling. She's gone for the cycling class. Now you started with me. Let's assume talking about Janet, who started with me, and she has these other friends, and me, I've told her, come we weight train. Hey, I'm scared this one is running. She was start running. I'm scared this other one is doing cycling. She wants to start cycling. This other one has started yoga and Pilates, and that's what she also wants to start doing. Leave even the training alone. I've told her, let's try and build important habits around nutrition through flexible dieting and everything. I'm scared this other one is doing intermittent fasting. She wants to do that one. Her friend is also now doing paleo diet. She wants to do the paleo diet. The other one is doing keto and is not even eating a cabbage.
No, leave ketosis.
And the thing is this, anything can work. Let it be known on this podcast that any regimen you choose can work. However, you need to choose something that you can stick to. And that's why I go back to saying you need to redefine what fitness means to you. You will never catch me doing keto. Because for me, chapati is a non-negotiable when I choose to want. But then there's someone else who they want to live a very wholesome life of no extra processed anything, and that is what is important to them. So if they choose to do keto diet without the extra processed sugars, we should allow them. Because if both of us want to lose weight, we will all meet our goal if we are consistent with the thing that we choose. Women, we suffer from comparison, which causes us to not be consistent enough with whatever we've chosen to do, and then we don't see results. Or we compare ourselves to others, and then we expect that how quickly another person saw results is how we're going to see results. So we get discouraged when what we're doing is taking longer and is not working, and then yet it's working. We also compare ourselves, and we are blinded to the results that we are actually seeing. Like you lost half a kg, and it's the first time you started this regime, you've lost half a kg, and it's the first time you've lost any gram in months, ever in your life. You've only been but then you're judging it so harshly because you had Sijui Nani lost 2 kgs in a week, and now you're so sad. Comparison is a big one. And I'll say this, it's a thief of joy because and even you compare your ability to be stronger than another person.
That's like for men.
Even for women, for especially, men as well. I remember looking at girls on Instagram and seeing, this girl, she just started having a journey juicy. She now can deadlift this watt, or she can squat this and I can't. And the reason why I could not? It's not because I can't. It's because identity again, how you see yourself. You don't see yourself like a strong person. You don't put your energies towards working towards being the strong person. You're just there looking at what others are doing. Hopefully we can constantly remind ourselves to stop. Even me, I need to remind myself to not every day, compare myself with other people. So there are many other things that women were suffering from, but I think if we master the lack of comparison or capturing it when it comes, because I don't think we can go about scrapping comparison completely. We are human. But then if you master your ability to stay focused and stay on your own lane, mind your business, and not in a bad way, mind the business of your own health. How else someone performs is none of your business. I think good or bad.
I think that goes across the board. The things you've just said are things that I also talk about a lot, because those are the things that make fitness a challenge for everyone. I think maybe, of course, like you said, for women there's a way in which it's different. I think it's just there's a difference in how it manifests in men and women.
Yes.
And there's certain things maybe in men that are more like the strength thing for sure. Amongst men, the strength thing is like a priority. Like you want to look stronger than the next guy. Maybe for women, another thing is higher than the other. Like it's just different levels. But everything you've said cuts across for everyone, I believe. And I think managing those things in yourself, I think, is what makes a huge difference in your fitness journey.
Truth.
Yeah. And I think that's really
it's less of the tactical and strategic things and more of the
internal.
The internal.
Yeah, true that. Hey, guys, this is amazing. So the other thing I would like us to talk about is your training philosophy. So basically your training philosophy for yourself and also for your clients. How do you go about thinking through how you ought to train, how you set your goals, I think you've touched on it with some of the things you've said, but maybe how does that differ from how you approach a client, for example?
Okay.
Yeah.
There are going to be 3 things: intensity, consistency, and enjoyment. Intensity doesn't mean that you want to lift the heaviest weight at the gym or you want to go harder than the other person, or you want to outdo yourself crazy. You want to do your best in that day. Yeah. You want to ensure that there's a difference between making your bed and washing the house and working out. Intensity in terms of your heart rate, how you're feeling, the rate of perceived exertion. When we talk about RP, would be maybe a bit too steep for people to understand, but how hard do you feel you're working in this workout? So that's the first thing. We want your heart rate to spike. I want my heart rate to spike when I'm training. Let it not be casual, we are just here looking pretty and we've come here to work. So we want that to be intensity. Intensity can be based off the amount of weight you're lifting or fewer reps. Lighter weight, but then you're more doing reps. It so much that you're needing to have a lot of endurance. Yeah, lightweight, high reps. So your endurance level, either whatever your weight you're lifting is heavy, so it will create the intensity, or you're lifting something light but for a longer period of time or for more repetitions to increase your endurance or your need for the endurance. That creates the intensity. Or you're resting for a shorter period of time to ensure that your heart rate is up, not because we want your heart to burst, but then we want to maintain that work ethic within your workout. Let it be kuna kitu unafanya. There should be a difference between you leisurely cleaning the house and you doing your workout. Yes. So that was the intensity. You look for a way to find intensity within your workout. Whatever you're choosing to do, let have a level of that was something. Obviously you don't want to be on the dying side, but then you can't be looking. We went to train with another friend of mine, one of my best friends. She trains with another trainer. He's called Steve Young Lion on Instagram. So this day we were supposed to train with him, and then we decided to not and train by ourselves. And then at the end of it, he was like, bana nyinyi hamku train, mnanuka lotion. So you don't want to be looking pretty and smelling of lotion at the end of the workout. So do something that will amp you up. That's the intensity. Your workout my training philosophy is that my training, mine and my clients should have intensity. The second thing is consistency, meaning how often I'm able to show up at the gym or my space of working out. Not just the gym. The gym is also that space near your bed. That's your gym. How often you show up to that space in a week. We're going to talk a week because then if it's in a week, then we're repeating that frequency over the next months and years per se, right? So I ensure that maybe I'm showing up for myself 3 to 5 times a week. The consistency and also like the length of time, the frequency and also the length of time. How long am I holding my workout for? Is it 30 minutes? Is it 45? Is it an hour? Is it 1.5? Based on the amount of time I can give to myself with ease and without feeling the need to procrastinate because it's eating too much into my time. So finding, again, that's why fitness will have to be defined by you what you feel is necessary for you. You get to define it. But then again, assuming you have your best interest at heart because you want to change how you look or you want to change how you feel. So increase your intensity, ensure that there is intensity, ensure you're showing up for yourself adequately. Granted, rule of thumb, a beginner might start with 2 times a week to make it a habit. But then if you want to see results, you need to be doing it at least 3 times a week. If you're very serious, show up for yourself 4 times. but then also increase your rest times and all those other things. But then if you want to make it a habit, you want to remember it. And you can't remember it if you're only doing 2 times a week or 1 time a week. So the consistency of the frequency, how often you're doing it is very important. So first thing, intensity, my training philosophy, intensity, consistency. The third one is enjoyment. When I'm training, it's my happy place, it's my happy time. In my head, I have my headphones or my AirPods have amapiano music, or mostly it's amapiano music because I love amapiano music. Or Gengetone. Wakadinali. Yeah. So it's very important, and that's why already when I've talked about it, I'm already smiling because it's a
you're
happy.
Already like
I'm already. I'm in my place.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel like everyone should feel their workout time is. It's that time of yours. You don't need to explain it to anyone. Like if you want to listen to love songs during your work,
which I do sometimes, to be honest. Sometimes it's R&B, sikila siku hip hop. It's like sometimes I'm like, yo, I want to be a bit, in a smooth nini. But the workout ends up actually being intense because I feel like you're listening to what your mood and your body wants, and then it's like, oh, you're feeling me. Like we're understanding each other. Okay, I'll work for you.
Yes.
It's like it's a weird dance where it's like when your body feels like you're listening to me, then I'll help you out. Yes.
Yeah. There's a synchronicity and symbiosis, symbiotic relationship with that. So enjoyment. You want to really enjoy your workout. You want it to challenge you. I will put on my piano music and tell myself, okay, you need to do 30 push-ups today. Do I want to? Really, I do not want to. Sitaki. But then I'm like, just do it. So create the best conditions for you to enjoy that workout, because it will, when it's time to work out tomorrow, it will be less of, oh my goodness, now life is hard and I need to go work out, and you'll be like, yeah, I want to do this, and there'll be reasons why you want to do it, and you don't have to explain your workout rituals to anyone. Mine are, I need to have good music, I need to have my Vaseline because I can't do chapped lips. I don't know. Yeah. And then I need to have a workout that I'm very excited to do. The movements that I'm very, very excited to do. You'll not see me doing jumping bodyweight exercises because that's for me it's not fun. I do them when it's essential for me to do them. Like when I've not done HIIT in a long time, or when I need a change up and adjusting. But you want to look forward to your workout time. Don't go doing things that you dread because you won't be consistent with them. So enjoying, and that's why, like when I talked about the first 3, when I went to the, you asked me about the workouts, and I told you I give the 3 bodyweight workouts that you should do, and the last 10th minute
is the one you either enjoy
or you want to challenge you, because I'm assuming there's something you might be enjoying within your workouts, and you want to look for the things you want to enjoy within your workouts to do them more and more.
It's like you're leaving breadcrumbs for your future self to be able to find that place again, basically. Because these things are so, it's the same principles for everyone. We all do it differently, but the principles are exactly the same. And that's why I understand everything you're saying. It's like we'd probably do it differently, but I totally agree.
The baseline
it's the
same. So for me, it's intensity, consistency, and enjoyment.
Awesome. So that's your philosophies. So at this moment, fitness is clearly something you're passionate about. You've turned it into a career. You're working with people. You've turned it into something that you do as a business. How did you make that transition from it being a hobby to it being passion to it now being a career? How do you envision what you're doing at the moment? How has it evolved? Where is it going? Tell us a bit about now the career side of it all.
So when I was in campus, I did something obviously extremely different from what I'm doing now.
What did you study?
I did economics and statistics.
Oh wow!
So when I was in campus, I realized the business that I thought I was choosing this economics and statistics for is very different from what I'm getting. And I thought that I wanted to do something that I enjoy. So that's how the fitness thing started. So when I told you that people were like, oh, I want you to tell me what you do, or can I go to the gym with you?
Yeah.
I started it based off demand. So people asking me and inquiring me to do it or to help them. So the first time I hosted a challenge was in 2018, and it was the girls who had seen me in Campo who joined, and it was really, really fun and very humbling even to have me guide them within that challenge. So it was just like accountability and everything. So I started this based off demand, and then I also noticed there was a lot of misinformation in the market around what you need to be doing to lose weight. So my main theme when I started was to give the right information, the correct information that had brought me to the point where I had seen result in myself, in my body. And that's how I started. And then things fell into place, I'd say. Honestly, God made things work. And I've met people who guided me, mentored me, showed me the right way, showed me the business aspect of it, how to guide clients, how to bring them to the results required. I did a lot of research, getting more knowledge to be able to guide customers in the right way. So that's how it started, based off demand.
Fitness ikonado.
You need to have the correct experience. You need to be able to provide the result, the desired result that the client has, the client wants. And then you need to look for the market, because fitness is a business and it's like a service provided like any other. You want to look at how much money do I want to earn, and what is the going rate for the service that I'm providing, and how many people do I need in order to make that work. So you now need to look for that market that is willing to pay that price that you're looking for. So what I've seen so far is that the people have the ability to pay, but then you also need to have the ability to provide the service that they are paying for and that they are looking for, So if you don't look so much at about the money or anything, just like any other, si kama kumakucha, mi niliana nikalipia how much? Was it 1,500 ama 1,800? But for the same thing, there's someone else who is charging 3,000.
Yeah.
And none of my person and the other person said they are lacking business. We are both getting business. You just need to look at what your mission is. If your mission is to provide value to the market, there's no day you'll cost our client. If anything, you'll be turning clients away. So yes, there's money in fitness as a career. But then what we should look at mainly is providing value. When you provide as much value, you get clients. And
especially in such an industry, it's one of the most detrimental industries to look at money first, because you're dealing with human bodies.
We don't want jokes.
So it's like, and the thing is, you see the effect of someone who's only looking at the money.
Yes.
Because when you're at a commercial gym, you see some of these trainers out here, just you can tell this lady doesn't know anything about fitness, but she's probably paid this guy some thousands. He's just gonna make her sweat and walk all over the gym and just touch every machine and just do as much as he can make her do. And there's no rhyme or reason to what she's doing, nothing. But she comes every single day. Same time, people are so dedicated, but they're being taken through the ringer with all this stuff.
We need to hold. Integrity is a big thing. It's a good thing to have. You need to know why you're doing what you're doing, and you need to have a standard. Then try and hold yourself to that standard. The standard for me also is I like myself. I like myself a lot. I not want to do something to my client that I wouldn't want to do to myself. So I don't want to get injured. I'm not about to injure my client. I want to look my best, and I know this is what is supposed to happen. This is a structure of how I know a good workout should be. The same workout that my client will do, that I will do, is the same one that my client will do, but then obviously adjusted to their
intensity,
their injuries that they've come with, their capabilities and everything. But as a trainer, there's a basic structure of how a good workout should be from the beginning to the end. That is how you should provide guidance to your client. I'll also say that as a career, you as a trainer are not just providing the workouts. There's also something else you're providing. You're being, sometimes, obviously don't get too friendly, but sometimes you're being a friend to your client. You're also being a confidant sometimes. Don't get it twisted still. Yeah, you need to know where the line is. But who you are and your personality is also what they're paying for. Sometimes you will get to charge a bit more than someone else. They could be more experienced. They could be however else, but then you can be able to learn how to monetize certain aspects of your personality that a client can get with access to you. Even if you're a nice person, there are some people who are not nice people, but whenever if you're within my circle, I will treat you with love and respect. And that is also something that can help you be a better trainer, because they like you. They'll want to train more. They'll train more consistently. How will they not see results? Yeah, they will see results. Yeah. So in as much as you are looking at how much you know, the science behind it and everything, look at your aspects of your personal growth, your personality, what you can tweak. These days is a lot we are talking about empathy and treating clients with empathy, because we don't want just them to get results. Oh, come you train today, no days off and all the fat to cry today. Because even me, I don't want I don't want my fat to cry today. Leave me with some.
That sounded a bit too real. Like you've had someone somewhere say that.
Let the fat cry today. We need to treat clients with empathy. So one, we give value. If we give value, even our ability to price our service will just morph into what the current marketing rate is, and also your current demand and however else the market is able to pay for whatever service you're providing. So, but if we need to first do it, we need to do a lot of value provision to the market. Yeah.
Through giving us your view on fitness as a career, you've thrown in a bit of commentary here and there about the general industry. Yeah. What are some of your thoughts about let's start with the fitness industry here locally in Kenya? What do you see as a trainer yourself? What are maybe some things you like, some things you don't like, some things you're encouraged by, etc.?
What I like is that more people are now seeming to get into fitness and taking care of their body. What I don't like is how they're so willing to follow I mean the general masses, but I don't say it with that, you people. I say this with a lot of love and compassion, because even as you follow the wrong thing and wrong quote unquote, it's because that is the first available information that you got that would work. The fad diets, as in, and me, but I'm not even one to keep jumping. Like, we are all allowed to do what we want. But then you're going to go for that fat diet, then you come to me and be like, hey, I've tried this and it's not work. It's not going to work. Some of these things, yes, again, we said that earlier that anything can work with consistency, but then some things are not sustainable enough for you to be consistent with. That's why they will not work for you long term. So what I don't like is, I like that people are being more receptive to working, taking care of their bodies and going to the gym or start training. But then we're also too easy to go for the things that look easiest and quickest. Then those ones will not have you consistent and it's not sustainable. What I like is more trainers in Kenya. I'll say Kenya specifically because I don't know about East Africa and Africa as a whole. I've seen a couple of trainers in Nigeria and South Africa, but then in Kenya people are coming up to give more value, or rather the kind of trainers I'm around are giving a lot of good important value to their clients and also the community that they've built, to help them along their journeys. What I don't like up to this moment is that fitness has been seen as something for certain people. fitness is even for the village girl and the mama mboga. It's for everyone with a body. Again, the basics, everyone with a body should be working out. So the good thing is that currently, even as trainers, we have products that, I'll say me, I have a product that can fit the person with a lot of money to say if they have a lot of money to spare, and also for someone who is really just starting out and they have saved up, let's say maximum. My cheapest challenge is 1,500 bob for a month. So you see, 1,500 shillings is amount of money you go sit at a meal at a restaurant and have as a meal for one person. So that's something that's affordable. But then we are a bit too, I don't know if the word is scared. We've not reached the point where our mindset is open enough to invest in our health. Yeah. The thing is, you paying a trainer 1,500 shillings for a challenge or something just to get some sort of guidance. It's even information you could get for free. Yeah. The information that I'm giving in my challenges when I host them is information that I've been giving on my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram story, point blank, you'll get all the information I'm giving the people on my challenge. However, there has to be remuneration for effort. Yeah. And that's why you'll pay 1,500, your 2,000, your however thousand the trainer is charging for a challenge for their lowest product, and then you get some sort of energy back, you get some value back. That value should be executable for your fitness journey as is. But then if we go around with the notion that fitness is expensive and fitness is for certain people, bado sina 20,000 ya kulipa sijui nani for whatever kind of program. Obviously you want to be very careful with who it is that you are giving your money to. You want to be very careful with who you're getting your guidance from. But look for guidance. Look for guidance that fits within your pocket range, because for sure kunayo. Sure there available. It's available. You can't say you don't want to start because I don't have the money, because you can start with the information that's free on the internet. And you can't say that you don't want to start because fitness professionals are expensive, because most of us have a wide array of products or services that can fit your current budget. So what I like is that people are becoming more into fitness. We are, however, very quick to go into the fad diet things. Then we think that it's expensive and it's only for certain people. And also I've not experienced this as much because I give information for free, but I've had some people complain that people want information for free. It's just like the same way if a doctor goes, we pay for consultation. Some of us do give free consultations, but it's because we want to. But if you find someone who is charging for a consultation, like
they have their reasons.
Pay for that consultation. And either way, the person who actually needs something, and for trainers, if you're charging for a consultation, charge it with a lot of confidence, because you know why. And the person who needs you to train them, if they want you at your corner, they will pay. Because even I have paid. When I want something, I pay for it. But even if it's how much, I'll go pay for it. So trainers, do not be afraid to charge whatever you feel you are worth for whatever service someone is asking for. And for clients in general, you will find some of us giving free information, and sometimes we won't give free information because it's things that we've taken time and we've invested our monies to learn. So you can go, you save up for it, you come back, or you can go find the information freely. But there is no bad blood. Like everyone, I want everyone to win.
It's so interesting that people complain about being charged for it, but I'm like, you're complaining because you see the value. So if you see the value, why don't you pay? It's like a weird mind game that it's like, I see the value, but I shouldn't have to pay for it. But it's like, you saw the value though. That's like,
I feel also it's like, it reaches, it's with a level of, let's say, development and open-mindedness. Because I've never expected, have I? I doubt I've expected anything
for
good
free. For free.
Yeah.
If it's too good to be true, then it probably isn't true. Kind of a thing. Yeah.
So that's what I'd say in terms of
that's very, I feel like you've given us so much perspective, and I feel like you've brought out a lot of the very crucial things to do with fitness, mindset, habits, habit forming, just all the things. I think you've done an amazing job, and I think anybody who's watching this can see why you're good at what you do.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so I think probably the last thing we could go through is so I am a beginner and I now want to start my fitness journey for the first time.
Yeah.
How would you advise me to begin? I don't know what a gym looks like. I've never entered one, never lifted a weight. I'm confused. I'm intimidated by all of it. I think people who enjoy gym like suffering. Advise me. How do I start?
Okay. It will be corny, but then the first thing is to just start. That means, and when you say just start, create a plan. You want to know what is it that I want to achieve. Yeah, maybe I want to lose 5 kilos. You want to consult with someone to see how realistic it is to lose 5 kilos within 3 months. Yeah, based on maybe the amount of work you expect to put in. So start with, I want to work out. Where? At home or at the gym. If it's at home, you need to know which space you're using, what workouts you'll be doing, for how long you'll be doing it for. And after that plan, ask yourself, is this realistic? Is this sustainable? Can I actually do this? Amantafika niseme 30 minutes every day for 5 days is too much. So create a plan, a tentative one, look at it and ask yourself, is this reasonable? Because the fact of whether it's reasonable or not will determine whether you actually choose to execute it day in and day out. You want to push yourself to make it a lifestyle. And when you're making it a lifestyle, we don't want to go into, oh my God, it's so hard. The way we had said we're going to talk about the mindset of it, We want to change our attitudes towards fitness and movement to be something that's enjoyable. We are seeing why we want to do it. We're talking about, I get to move my body. I get to work
not
out.
I have to.
I have to. Oh, I have to do it. And life is hard. Yeah. We want to change our mindset towards around working out and movement so that we are able to do it and do it with ease, with little to no resistance. Once one of the goals I had for myself this year was, I want to move my body. This was an affirmation I had, but it was like an affirmation and also a goal. I move my body consistently, with ease, with little to no resistance. So that requires a change of mindset. Yeah. So you're looking at that time as happy time. It's fun time. It's an opportunity. It's grateful time. Not, I hate my body and I hate these roles and I want to lose them. Because nothing moves from a point of negativity, or at least for me it doesn't. I have found that I get the best progress when I'm doing things from a point of love and exactly. and positivity. So change your narrative about it. And if there are people who are sprinkling some salt baying, some negativity, out the window, you don't have to discuss your journey with anyone. Again, it's yours. It's none of anyone's business. You don't have to discuss your journey with anyone. You don't have to explain yourself and why you're doing what you're doing. And the sad bit is that some of these things could be from spouses or from girlfriends, boyfriends. People who are close to you. Yeah, your brother, your mother, and they might speak things. Sasa unafanya, sasa unakula, utafanya hivyo and you'll still not lose weight. You know, small things like those, Sometimes it's obviously hard to cut people like those out of your life, but then hopefully you can build some emotional fortitude to the extent that it will not affect you, or you are able to speak up and say, when you tell me this, it makes me feel like this. And if someone really loves you, they'll be a bit more aware to not make you feel bad about trying to be a better person. So number one is starting, looking for a way to do it often and to do it in a way that you enjoy. Then the last thing is it's okay to adjust. It's okay to take a break sometimes. It's okay if you get bored with something and you need to switch to something else. However, you can't be moving from one thing to another, from one program to another every 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Or take your time. A good program should run you between 6 to 8 to 10 weeks to 12 weeks is a good time. Actually, if you're being very honest, change your program maybe after week 10 or 12. Take your time to be able to do something consistently over a period of time. Build that habit, build that culture. Then you can switch it up. Adjust if you need to. Adjust your training style, adjust your training time, adjust things. Adjustment helps you maintain consistency. And the reason why I say this with a lot of oomph is because there are times when I have put myself down and not being consistent because I couldn't stick to the program I started, and I let that mean something about me, myself, and my character. So adjust, and it's okay to adjust. So you start, be consistent, and do things in a way that will help you enjoy, and adjust in a way that will help maintain consistency. Yeah.
Something I've learned about you at this point is that you think in threes, and flexibility is huge. I just realized everything that you've mentioned always comes in threes, because you're always counting 1, 2, 3, and then adjusting, flexibility. But it's awesome because that's how you're thinking, and I think
you've noticed that there's a lot of flexibility in how
you talk about fitness.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So like flexibility seems to be the running theme in a lot of what you say, and I think that's a really big takeaway if someone was to capture your fitness personality.
I'm not even realized.
Yeah, and it's really helpful because again, in line with trying to make fitness accessible, which is what you said in the beginning, the only way you're making it accessible for the mama mboga and for the CEO and for who is by making sure it's something that's adjustable, that fits those different molds. And like we said, it's a foundational thing. There's principles, and gravity doesn't only work in one sector of life. Gravity works everywhere. So these same principles work everywhere. It's just that the way you apply them have to be flexible enough for each person that you're talking to. And I think that's what makes you great as a trainer. At least that's what I see. Is the fact that you're able to boil it down to those principles and then communicate it according to each person, which is, kudos to you.
Thank you so much.
I think I've learned a lot about who you are today as well, on top of just seeing you reaffirming a lot of the things I have learned myself about fitness, which is really cool.
Yes.
Parting words, would you like to share anything about what you have coming in the future, your business, where do you see it going?
Okay, so the basics are I do personal training in person and online coaching. I'm really looking into going online bigger to make fitness more accessible for the people that I can't meet on a daily basis and the people I can't touch. And I feel like I'm able to speak and touch more people online. So that's why I'm putting more of my efforts into, to run programs, to run challenges, to give out more value as I am on Instagram. So like for 2023, look out for the January consistency challenge. I had a consistency challenge in October, ran into November. So it was amazing. The aim is to find out what your non-negotiables are and stick to those non-negotiables for a while. In January, I think we're starting on January 9th for the next 6 weeks. So this one will be 6 weeks consistency challenge because, consistency is the thing that is going to make us win. Building that habit and making it a lifestyle is what is going to help us. So next year, I'm going to host 3 consistency challenges. One will be at the start of the year, then mid-year, then end of the year will be the last consistency challenge I promote. And I'm also going to host 2 transformational coaching programs still online. So these ones will be less of group based and more of a one-on-one interaction, me and you, whoever will join the transformational challenges, transformational coaching programs, to embed whatever habits that we formed during the consistency challenge now as your current lifestyle. Learning how to train for the goals that you want, learning progressive overload, learning how to move around with your meals, like to make things work for you. A bit more of customizing will happen in the transformational coaching programs. So there will be 3 consistency challenges, and then there will be 2
C3.
I love it. And then 2 of the it called, the transformational programs. Then I started a thing with my friend. She's called Njoki, Body by Queen on Instagram, and we started a thing where we are teaching girls how to grow their bums. So it's called the Booty Camp KE. And we will be hosting events next year for people to come work out with us, and we'll just talk everything about growing your legs and your bum together. So it will be every other month on the first Saturday of the month. So the first one we'll have is the first Saturday of February. So it will do February, and then every other month from February to the end of the year. So those are the things that will be happening next year. Moving forward, I want FLGF to fit living good feeling. As you can see, maybe if you meet me in person, maybe you can tell them I feel happy when I talk about fitness.
You do. I feel good. You come alive.
Yes, I feel good. And I think it's something everyone can experience. Because if you have your own body and you take care of it and you find something you enjoy, you'll feel good. I started my workout journey to feel good about myself, because I was not. So I believe fit living good feeling, and I want to make it a way of life. I need to figure out how I can make it a way of life for the Kenyan lady. That my goal is to, when people think about fitness and wanting to start a fitness journey, I want to be the only and the best solution that comes to mind, especially for women.
Nice. Amazing. So check out on IG. Like you said, we said in the beginning, is Wamwere Fitness.
Wamwere Fitness.
That's your personal, I guess, in a sense. And then flgf.coaching on IG for your more of your coaching and all the challenges as well, right? Thank you again for coming through.
This is perfect. I've had so much fun. Thank you so much, Kanyeki. You are such a good interviewer. Is it interviewer?
Yeah. You're an interviewee. You're an amazing interviewee.
Thank you.
So
Asante sana.
Thank you so much. I already feel like I feel like you've reignited my passion for fitness, because I feel like talking about it to someone else who understands also makes you realize that this thing is real, so I really appreciate that about you, and much success with all your business and everything you're doing. I have no doubt that you will be successful.
Oh my.
So check her out, like her stuff, follow her. If you need her services, she's given you the breakdown of how she works. This is the Shujaa Fitcast. We hope to bring you more engaging conversations such as this one, and hopefully we inspire you and teach you a bit more about fitness. Your body is yours. We only get one body, so why not treat it the best way you can? So we shall see you on the next one.
Thank you. Ciao.
All right. Thank you for listening to the Shujaa Fitcast. For more information and business inquiries, email us at shujaafitnesswarrior@gmail.com. Follow us on social media at Shujaa_fitness on Instagram, at Shujaa Fitness on Facebook and TikTok, and subscribe to our channel at Shujaa Fitness on YouTube. For audio versions of this podcast, check us out on Spotify and Boomplay. This show was recorded and produced at the Represented Studio in Nairobi, Kenya. Special thanks to Lucid for the background music.